I'm Pastor Aaron Harris, and this video is about why it's more expensive to be poor. In this video, you'll learn the hidden cost of poverty and the predatory practices that keep people down. And if you watch until the end, you'll have solutions on how you can break the cycle. It may sound counterintuitive, but being low on funds can lead to higher expenses in many aspects of life. They call it the poverty tax, the hidden cost of being broke. And it's not just about having less money, it's about paying more for everything that you need to survive. One form of poverty tax is our banking system. For those with stable careers and a healthy savings, banking is seamless. From credit cards to loans, they're only an application, a click, or a tap away to get money for a car, for a home, or even to start a business. But for those living paycheck to paycheck, options are more limited. Banks usually see them as a high risk. This forces them to turn towards alternative banking services. Payday loans and check cashing services might seem like financial lifelines to those who are in dire need, but in reality, they have predatory practices and they come with huge fees. So a small loan of $100 can snowball into someone paying thousands of dollars because of the sky-high interest rates and keep you in a cycle of debt. And it's not just about immediate needs. Without access to traditional credit, building a thriving financial future seems nearly impossible. Things like buying a new car or even investing in a good education seem out of reach. You might think that lower income areas have lower rents, but this is often not the case due to factors like a limited supply in housing or inadequate social housing policies. Rents for low area incomes are often disproportionately high, and we often see a poverty tax where the poor pay more for basic utilities and maintenance, simply because they can't afford to live in a well-maintained environment. In addition to a need for housing, everyone has a need for food. Yet for many low-income individuals, accessing affordable and nutritious food serves as a significant challenge because most low-income neighborhoods are located in food deserts. Food deserts are most commonly found in low-income and minority communities. A food desert means that you lack access to a supermarket or a grocery store, and instead, most communities just have convenience stores and liquor stores. Limited access to fresh produce and healthy options leads people to eat processed foods. This leads to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and many other chronic problems. And even when people are able to have access to these high-end grocery stores that have fresh produce, it's still more expensive. So someone who's poor would go and choose a cheaper option that is not as healthy. And because of that, it can cause serious health problems, which result in them having a high health bill. Transportation also becomes a crucial factor in this equation. If you do not have access to a car, then how do you get to a grocery store that's miles away? And it just gets more complex and complicated to carry all of those grocery bags. Talking about transportation, can you imagine spending hours each and every day getting to where you need to go? And I'm not talking about a long trip or flying across the country. I'm talking about trying to go to work or trying to get to school. For many, car ownership is an automatic part of life. But for some who are poor, they do not have access to a car, meaning they have to rely on public transportation, which has unreliable schedules and routes, and they may not have good access to public transportation in their community. Transportation challenges leads to limited job opportunities, and if you're in a low-income environment, then you most likely do not have a lot of thriving businesses in your community. That means people with a lack of transportation does not have access to higher end jobs that can help change and transform their lives. For many people in poverty, getting access to good health care is a challenge. Many people are either uninsured or underinsured. When you're uninsured, it means that you definitely do not want to go to the doctor or hospital for any reason, because you will have a huge bill to pay at the end of the day. And if you're underinsured, then you're still going to have to pay a lot of money to cover whatever procedures you may need. So many people opt out to going to the doctor for routine checkups or even going to the emergency room when they feel sick. This leads to them having more chronic illnesses. This leads to preventable diseases not being prevented because they did not have access to affordable health care. And let's not skip the cost of education. If you think private school is expensive, imagine going to a school that's under-resourced, underfunded, teachers aren't paid a lot of money, and it does not create a lot of opportunities for you in the future. It can cost you millions of dollars of potential earnings that you would have made if you went to a better school. So poverty is not just an individual issue, but it is actually a systematic issue where we need significant policy changes to help those who are in need. These policies include taking away predatory lending practices, making sure that people have access to affordable housing, solving the food insecurity and food desert problem, making sure that people have adequate transportation, making sure that people have health care access, and creating educational opportunities for everyone. And those are all systemic solutions, but there's something that you could start doing today in order to help improve your situation, and that's to continue to learn about financial literacy. And you can do that by watching the videos on my channel, which are all about personal finance.